Alright, so I picked myself up some parts. This is a Posi rear end out of a 1994 Mustang. It was in a race car. They got parted out. Comes with the stock disc brakes that came in the 94 Mustang. Apparently it was raced a few times and it's just been sitting ever since. So it's obviously rusted out. But we'll get that all cleaned up and looking pretty. Also, I picked up another engine, exact engine that I have in the car right now, 302, came out of that same 94 Mustang. But it came with the 5-speed Tremec, which is awesome. It's all one piece. A lot of other extra goodies on the engine as well. Came with a performance drive shaft. Not sure if that will actually work, but we have it. We also have that came with it a racing radiator with dual fans. So that'll get put in there as well. So lots going on here. We're gonna probably swap out the engine because the engine is actually stock, just like the one that I have. However, there's some sort of tick and issue with the engine that I have that nobody seems to be able to solve. And so without a complete teardown, it is what it is. And this, what I bought here was a package deal, right? So engine, transmission, rear end, radiator, drive shaft, shift linkage. There's some other crap as well that I'm forgetting. So it all came together. So the engine that I bought, it's apparently, a solid, tested and true engine. So we'll see, of course. There'll be a few things that I swap out from my engine, like the manifold. What else? The valve covers, possibly the oil pan, and a few other knickknacks here and there. But again, as a package deal, I got an engine, Tremec 5-speed, Posi rear end, disc brakes, radiator, drive shaft, and some other goodies. So that's all going to get swapped out. Stage one, we'll be doing the engine swap. And then once that's all in there with the manual linkage, etc., then we'll be putting in the stage two, the rear end. All right, so here's the engine. Doesn't look like much, but it will after I'm done with it. In a minute here, I'm going to be stripping a few things off it. I'm going to take the headers off. Here's the Mishimoto radiator, dual fan. Out here we got the transmission and the bell housing. Just starting the cleaning process on it. Not too bad considering. Alright, I got the transmission and the bell housing, clutch back at my place. Doing my first round of cleaning. I've already brushed it. Oven cleaner on it once. I got another layer of oven cleaner on there. And then tomorrow I'll get back to brushing. On the bell housing, I mean, not too bad with all things considered. And you can see where I've been brushing away on this side here. I have to get a smaller brush or a circular brush to get into those corners in there. I found this chart, which is really nice. Gives you all of the years of the Mustang. Mine is the 219 factory 94 50. It has the 335 first gear, 1.99 second gear, 1.33 third gear, 1-to-1 of course, and then fifth gear is the 0.68. Alright, I thought it'd be interesting to show you with my new drivetrain what I'm looking at here. Using a shift point of 5300 RPM. By the way, you can go in here and choose your transmission. However, mine is not listed in here, so you just input the information manually. That being said, use a couple different ratios here because I'm not 100% sure if it's a 390 or a 411. But we'll start with this 25.5 tire height. And for the 94 Tremec, these are the gear ratios and the speeds with those calculations. I've got it the same over here because I'm going to go ahead and change it. So that's what I would have with the 390s and this gear set for the transmission. So if I change it to a 411, they go down, of course. We'll round this up to 29 over here. That's about a mile and a half per hour difference. 48, we'll call that 49. 51, 2 mile per hour, maybe a little more difference. Third gear, we'll round that up to 73. That's about closer to a 4 mile per hour difference. Fourth gear, 88, 92. Okay. Fifth gear, 42, 43, 50s, about a 7 mile per hour difference there. Not huge. So it's going to be pretty awesome in either rear axle configuration there. So if I go back to a 390, and then I change this to say 6200, calculate. So if I was winding out or holding in third gear, for example, I'm approaching a corner, or I'm on a straight holding maybe in fourth gear, possibly fifth gear. So the numbers go up quite a bit. So 5 miles, 6 miles per hour. Here we're looking about 9 miles per hour. We'll call this 90. So I mean, that's quite a bit. Let's see here. About 14, 13 miles per hour. Fourth gear, we got, let's see here, 93, 7. I mean, that's about 15 miles per hour difference, and then about 25 miles per hour difference in fifth gear. So if I'm holding 6,200 RPM, I'd be looking at more along these lines. But more often than not, we're going to be doing something like that, right? So I just thought that would be a little interesting. I mean, I don't know how this is all really going to shake out in the end, but based on the numbers, this is what I should be looking at. All right, so I got the bell housing all prettied up, looking pretty good. And now I'm going to hit the transmission and get that all squared away. All right, got bell housing and tranny looking all clean and pretty. Now I'm going to start working on the rear axle, cutting off brackets, grinding it all down, get all the rust off it, rust neutralized paint, all that good stuff. Also make it over to my brother's house where the engine's being stored and get the engine all prettied up and painted, etc. And then once that's done, we'll start the process of swapping it out.